Welcome back, everybody, to the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne, where we are into our first semi-final, best of 3 of the tournament after ROCCAT, wiped the floor with CLG in that very first game. Very strong performance by them. As we go into picks and bans for this second one, what should the focus be on for CLG? We mentioned it, maybe the Vayne Alistar, maybe they really wanted to show what they had in that bottom lane, and that didn't really work out. What else could be adapted?
I mean, it's just, like, Zion Spartan on a teamfight champion is something I've never seen, and he should just play his style and play a carry top laner that focus on like split pushing and everything. And yeah, we just have to see what CLG prepared for this tournament. I mean, it's just like one game. They could have prepared more, and they have to show, like, now's the time to actually like show everything or you're out.
Yeah, I don't feel like we have to see double lift on a carry, hyper carry at the moment. I could see him just play a more team fight or team play focused, a lot of focus on wave clear from him, and have Zion Spartan, as you just said, on he's a famous split pushing type, and then you can do this 1-4, 1-3-1 if you want to, where double lift sits in the middle, and it's no longer about him winning the game on his own. Like, when he picks the Vayne, that is what you expect.
And then from ROCCAT, the bands coming out: Lucian, Lee Sin, and Syndra, and Jace, Zed, and Aurelia on the side of CounterLogic Gaming.
Ooh, I'm not sure about this one again. So Aurelia, again, we know Overpower likes to play it. We just saw his Gnar before, it was great as well. Lee Sin being banned against Thinkard, he is his main champion, so no question there. And Yankas has played multiple other junglers, so in that case, it's super good for ROCCAT. Giving LeBlanc over here to Rio, that is scary, especially because Link in the last game, while he did fine one-on-one in terms of farm, he had zero pressure on him. There was never any moment where you're like, oh, Rio's gonna lose the lane or anything. Now on LeBlanc here, if he gets a good start, he can completely take over the game like we've seen before.
Also, Zed is banned. Zed is like one of the better picks against LeBlanc, so I can actually agree with that first pick, it's really good. But also leaving open Jarvan, Lissandra, now all those champions.
Yeah, so the thing is, there's a lot of good choices open now on this side. If you go like Jarvan, Lissandra, Agena should come in on the side of ROCCAT here. It's not, I mean, it's super good for the first disengage. The second one can be a problem here, but it would be the best option. And at the same time, Syndra was banned by ROCCAT, which also is a good pick against LeBlanc. So it's just working out for them so far.
I really, really like that first pick, LeBlanc. It's very good. Yeah.
I do also like this one here from CLG. You take away the disengage support in Jenna, because you're picking this hard engage on Jarvan's side. Lee Sin is banned, so you now have one of the best early game junglers available. And at the same time, Lissandra is suddenly not an ideal pick, because Corki is the option you want for the AD carry, and you don't want to run Lissandra, LeBlanc, and Corki. That's way too much magic damage here. So they can actually get Lissandra on the side of CLG as well if they want to.
Yeah, we do see that ROCCAT once again will be trying to get their hands on that Corki. They definitely are thinking about it. It did work out. Woolite was absolutely phenomenal on it last time around.
Yeah. I wonder what Jenk is gonna play this game, because they already have a lot of magic.
Just kidding.
They already have a lot of magic damage on their team with LeBlanc and Corki. So if he goes Elise right now, it might be too much magic damage. So maybe we see something new from Jenkins coming out. But yeah, Corki being picked up is nothing new. Just strongest AD carry on this patch. Yeah. Very good power spike. Synergizes very well with the LeBlanc, like Morello, Nomicon timing and everything. And if they just group up, they just have a very strong poke, siege, catch potential already. So I really like that pickup actually.
On the other side, the Nami does get locked in. I was talking to Crepo yesterday, or I can't remember who it was exactly, who said, well, no, I wouldn't pick it versus a Janna, because you will just lose that matchup.
Yeah, so the lane itself is a bit tricky for Nami, because it's super easy for Janna to actually out-trade her. You can shield yourself and you can just auto-tech trade and you win it. And if Nami ever uses the bubble on the Janna pick, suddenly the AD carry is free to do whatever he wants here. So it's not an ideal matchup, but it's not terrible either. You can lane fine here, depending on which AD carry we're going to see on the side of CLG. It's not a losing matchup, but Lissandra, we talked about it before, and when you take away the Janna in the first rotation, and you know the enemy team can no longer lock it in, it's just super smart of CLG to save it for the next one here. So now they have two of the best engage options. You have probably the best top lane in terms of like teleport ganking and setting up plays. And also you have now a fast pushing bottom lane, Caitlyn, Janna, super strong poke. You can constantly push the wave in and you can take down this tower super easy.
Yeah, CLG is definitely looking for 2-2 this game. I mean, Janna, Caitlyn, very, very strong. Doublelift is a very strong Caitlyn player. And yeah, we just have to see how ROCCAT reacts to it, because it all depends on the top lane pick pretty much right now, how they're gonna approach the game and if they want to lane swap or not, or how they're gonna prepare the early game. I wouldn't be too surprised to see another Gnar pick here right now, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, we might see a Gnar and then go for lane swap. Lissandra is super good in a 1v2 as well, because she can sit and farm with a Q. She's super safe with the claw. This one, if it does get locked in, I've seen it a few times in solo queue. It is actually a legit pick, and it is gonna be like so. Gangplank top lane here.
Gangplank, yeah.
He is
They're so
extremely
excited.
strong. First of all, in a 1v2 situation, because he can farm with his Q and you have the orange, you will always max your orange, the W, and therefore you have a lot of sustain in the lane. Even in a one-on-one, Lissandra can never lock him down. You just sit back, you farm, there's no pressure on you in the lane, you get your Iceborne Gauntlet, and you just go late game where you become a monster. Yep. And because your ulti no longer is RNG based, you will always get the hits from it. It is actually a reliable global ulti.
Also, we see Jenkins playing Pantheon, like I said. I wouldn't have, like Elise wouldn't have made sense here, so really good adaptation. Even when he likes Elise so much, I agree that Pantheon is just a way better pick. Provides a really good early game too. And especially with LeBlanc together, very deadly against the mid lane and pressure. And yeah. I can't really see Link picking anything that would do fine, you know. Like, okay, he goes with the Lissandra mid lane if that gets locked in.
Yes, and it's Jax for Giant. And you said actually that is the kind of champion he has to play.
That's definitely Zion Spartan style. And
yeah.
if you can see him having a good early game, Jax and Jarvan together, very good.
I like it.
I like it. And if Zion gets strong enough, then he can actually like just split push the game. And I don't see any answer on.
No, here's the thing. Gangplank is great against CC because he can obviously eat an orange and get out of it. But against the Cataclysm, he's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere, yeah.
And Jax actually has a fairly easy lane against him because, again, you max your W, you don't have a lot of lane pressure on this Gangplank. But we are going to see almost guaranteed a lane swap coming in from ROCCAT in this case here. Try and shut down the Jax early on and dodge this Caitlyn and Janna lane.
Yeah, definitely a much better draft coming out of CLG in this one. See what they can do with it. We're going to offer just a second, but in 90 seconds, it'll be game 2 on the Rift. It's CLG versus ROCCAT.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Intel Extreme Masters here in Cologne, Germany. I recognize that guy. I've seen him in adverts. And there's Afromoo and Doublelift. How are they going to do in this one? They're going with the traditional. It's a Janna Caitlyn lane, but all importantly, it's going to be the Gangplank in the top lane. Wondering about this one. We've heard there's been so many builds with Gangplank over the years. Well, how is this going to go?
Yeah, going back to Janna Kate really quick, it really depends on how you play because everybody was like, nah, Janna Kate not so good, and then Uzi whipped it out at Worlds, and suddenly all your towers are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually really good for pushing, and Caitlyn's actually a really big lane bully to Corki pre-level 6.
Yeah.
If you can get enough of a lead, you can actually end up taking their turret, pushing them in, and pressuring them. But this is one of the first games that I've actually casted or even watched where I don't know how two of the lane matchups go. I'm not really too familiar with the LeBlanc and Lissandra matchup. And I'm also not familiar with the Gangplank into Jax matchup. I mean, I've seen Ryan Choi play a lot of Gangplank, but I think this is going to be a little bit different.
From Ryan Choi to competitive gaming, it's a big leap indeed. Well, I imagine the LeBlanc-Lissandra matchup is all about predicting the W from LeBlanc and snaring her and trying to punish her because she has these really quick punchy trades, but Lissandra does have the CC. If she gets the lead, all she has to do is pop LeBlanc every team fight. Just pop her down. The new ulti change no longer completes the travel. He just maxes you down right as you're mid-air. Same for Jarvis, etc. And I think that's what Link is going to be looking for.
I'd like to get a peek at what Ryu is doing, actually. I can see the LeBlanc Vanda's going to take a hit. Whether he was looking at getting a ward through there. Jax, Zion Spartan is there. In fact, no, he's He's actually jumped across. He's going to get a deep ward, so he's jumped across completely unseen so far. And I think, yeah, he's going to look at putting a ward on the Krugs instead. So
good dodge.
He will head out the back.
Really aggressive out of ROCCAT. Like, they're just getting in the deep wards. They have all the vision. They know what CLG's up to. Just pretty much feel like they have control right off the bat.
Well, with that ward in the river, they knew that Afremu was sticking around. He's going to have to be a little bit more passive in this one. He's not on the cow anymore. He is on Janna. And as you mentioned, this is a strong push in lane. But, you know, Nami Corki is still pretty good lane in itself.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of sustain, a good amount of wave clear from Corki. Thing is, how well would they last it on their tower? Look at Jax doing what everybody has been doing so far, getting one camp level 1. Decides to not go for the Raptors, that's warded, so he just takes the Mech Wolves. And yeah, I think we're going to see standard lanes here, Demon.
Yeah, it looks like Gangplank's actually not going to be able to get the level 2 cheese, so he's just going to come straight to lane. He had to pull for the Pantheon. So there's going to be a small advantage for Zion. This is actually really needed on Jax because they nerfed him so hard. He needs this little extra edge. Yeah,
I was just looking bottom, and Vander actually started bubble on Nami. If CLG figures this out, that there's no heal to bounce and break those shields, they might actually be able to do really good trades, all depending on the side set that Double is going to do once he hits level 2.
Well, let's take an eye on it. It is the Aqua Prison's going to miss. Afremu continues to be aggressive on Vander. Vander returns. It's always good to see how these supports, while they do so little damage. Oh, possible gank early on here. Overpower going to get caught out. Has to flash early. The counter-strike was just that touch too early. It wasn't quite synced up. Double lift caught in Aqua Prison. Warlight goes aggressive. Valkyrie's in. The exhaust goes down from both supports. Will it be enough? That's the question. Look at Afremu. He's all over Warlight right now. Double lift. Auto attacked one of the minions. If that would have landed. The flash comes out. Not quite there. And wow, CLG is so close to getting first blood.
Yeah, 3 really good things here so far. The initial Aqua Prison, Afremu realizes it, moves forward, dodges forward. Yeah, he takes damage, but he guarantees the first level 2 for CLG. CLG pushes. Woolite realizes, okay, we're about to hit level 2. Let's counter trade. Double Lift did it really smart. He flashed out of the Phosphor Bomb and then looked to fight again.
I'm absolutely certain. I just want to check this on the replay myself. I'm sure he attack moves and hits the minion. Yeah, and I don't know. He wouldn't have hit Warlight. He wouldn't have hit Warlight. Yeah.
I think if he was a little bit more of a man, he could have actually flashed forward and then.
That would have been deep play of the century.
I mean, we saw Warlight Valkyrie in, so why not just like get in his face and return the favor?
Warlight would have got that kill.
We'll see how it works out. Ward in the tri-bush, just making sure that Thinkard doesn't come and pay a visit. He is way away in the top there. Jankos is down the bottom half, though, so we'll see whether he comes around. Of course, Jankos, he's the man that always used to get first blood. We'll see whether he gets involved this time around. He's going to get red. We'll see if he pays a visit, because obviously there was a lot of summoners burned. Double lift without flash is almost certainly going to be a juicy target for him.
Yeah, but I really like the early gank that Thinkard did on the enemy gangplank. Whenever you have these niche picks that come out, they rely on a certain pattern that they know and their opponent doesn't know. But because the early gank shifts the power towards Zion Spartan's Jax here, he's going to have a harder time, Overpower Router is going to have a harder time beating that lane in his normal fashion, and he'll have to adapt to something he's not even used to.
On top of that, the Jax also has all that extra items from doing the cheese. He has the cloth armor, bunch of health potions, and he has mana potion. He has the wave right where he wants it. He knows Gangplank doesn't have flash. The Gangplank has to play back. He's really scared right now.
I think it's really smart by CLG doing that, identifying the possible weak point in their lineup and just snowballing that from the get-go.
Gank setups both in the mid and the bottom. Ryu gets out of that one, distorts out. His Mimic is popped. There's the teleport coming out from Overpower. That's going to get cancelled out. That was a little bit preemptive. Meanwhile, Jankos is setting up down the bottom. He should be able to sneak into this push unseen, but I think they're going to be aware of something coming. Aqua Prison dodged out Double Lift. That may well have just saved his life. And they bait it forward. Afremu's actually stepping closer. Vander trying to bait them in here. Still unaware. Jankos lying in wait. See if he can pounce. Oh, he's going for it. He's going to jump on. Afremu caught out. Flash is just in the right time. Is he going to be able to get away? Yes, he is. Wow, that flash was so close to being caught by that Aqua Prison. Great play.
Yeah, that was actually the... Oh my god, it's a fight in the top. He's going to hit the counter-strike. He has no flash, so all Thinkard has to do, he doesn't even have to do his EQ, just walks up to him, hits the slow, free combo.
Oh, they're going to have to tower dive. This is going to have to go deep, but it's going to get picked up, and it's Zion Spartan that gets himself first blood on Jax.
Going back to that bottom lane trade, ROCCAT actually won that trade so hard that CLG barely doesn't even get baited into the Pantheon. Pantheon had to flash for the combo, really close. But good reactions by CLG though. Having survived that, like, trade so far and then just flashing out there, their bot lane's playing pretty well.
Actually, I think the Pantheon messed up one is when he W'd in, I don't think he Q'd midair. He actually W'd at too close of a range, so he couldn't get the animation on the spear shot, and I think if he did that, he actually would have killed him.
Yep.
Well, we'll see how this one works out. Zion Spartan getting a kill early on is not good news for ROCCAT, because he is probably, for me, the most known I would say, Jack's player. Certainly in the Western world, Zion Spartan. He has done wonders on that. Even for Dignitas last season, I remember him backdooring a couple of times as well. I think it was it against CLG he did that?
Yeah, actually, I think it was. I mean, he's done a lot of backdooring in his day, but
yeah. Oh, Rio caught out. Link going aggressive on that one straight away with the ulti, trying to lock him down. Didn't feel he had enough to follow it through. Rio's kind of also in the same boat. Jankos not hit level 6 yet, so he couldn't pounce in. He was close by. I think Rio was actually expecting Link to Jankos to come for that one.
If you look at the comp, I mean, both teams are okay with scaling, but ROCCAT is working way more on picks. And actually, I'm going to take that back. I don't think even ROCCAT wants to scale that much. Pantheon's going to fall off. Gangplank supposedly falls off in my head because Jack's going to be stronger. They have so much crowd control in these team fights. The lucky thing is that Caitlyn doesn't really get super strong until the 6th item point.
Yeah, but I mean, you actually have that Janna shield. I think Janna Kate is just a really deadly combo because once you start hitting that Last Whisper IEPD kind of combo and you have a pretty strong Janna shield, the Caitlyn just becomes a real threat and you have to deal with her in the team fights.
Yeah, if ROCCAT ever falls behind, they're gonna be in big trouble against this team combo.
I'm trying to think of the last like big Gangplank I saw, and all I can think of is Darian at IEM Kiev. Yeah.
I think we laid against Darian once and he just TP'd back into lane, died, got pulverized, came back, died again. Came back, died again, finished 0-7, but then somehow, suddenly started dealing so much damage, and he still won that game.
Yeah, that's it.
That doesn't sound like Darian at all. Come on, man. He wouldn't do that.
It's feed to win. That's the way it works out for him. He's sadly not with Gambit anymore. Ryu getting the blue buff, and that means he's going to be coming looking for kills. Look at Link now clearing out that pink ward that was already placed. Sets himself up nicely. We'll have to see just how well this Gangplank sorts out. And you were talking about the Jax. Obviously, Wally will be probably doing the 4-1 split. Maybe we'll see how it works out. But that Gangplank ultimate, you know, because Gangplank doesn't get played so much, he can just easily deal with that split push. Just boom, put the ulti down. I'm going to carry on fighting in mid. Yeah,
but at one point, Jax can just start ignoring creeps as well. The thing is, right now, though, like, Jankos is having trouble finding lanes to gank without flash.
Yeah, I mean, they know the Janna flash is down, and they do have their Gangplank ultimate up. They have a double global with the Pantheon. He hasn't used his ultimate yet either.
Oh, yeah, he has 6 just now. Okay.
Yeah, so I think they're going to be looking bottom here. If they can, yeah, he's walking down there right now. So if they can put some pressure, kill the Janna, they can probably get either a dragon or a tower off of this.
Yep, flash is down on Afromu. He has got exhaust back up off cooldown. Remember, that was used in the very early exchange. Double lift actually taken very low, but he's got heal flash available. Here we go. Pantheon
Tornado's
jump
down.
coming in. Gangplank ultimate on top. Layered in there. Double lift gets caught out. Afromu can get caught. No flash available. It's a quick, easy double for ROCCAT.
Yeah, definitely Jankos had issues getting somewhere before 6 because he had to walk towards, didn't have flash. But once he gets that ultimate and a really good by ROCCAT as well, you don't really notice that. He basically baits out a tornado in a trade on bot lane, and that means Pantheon can't get cancelled as he jumps down, and he can even go for double.
Now Link gonna get engaged on, tries to turn it back on Ryu. Ryu gets back to his distortion. Will he turn aggressive? The cooldown's just waiting to tick from both of them. Who will be able to dodge out of this one? Dragon being picked up, and that looks like it's gonna go ROCCAT's way. Top lane, actually. Overpower's backing away from this one. He's aware, and a good job because Thinkar's nearby. But I'm not too sure if he's gone the right choice here. Zion Spartan dives in Thinkard now. Will they juke out? Will it be enough? He's going to try and dodge around from this one. He's used the orange already, so he's going to get stunned out by this Counter-Strike. Flashes out. Can he keep kiting the damage on the turret? It's not hitting him yet. Zion Spartan once again just plows through him. Link caught out. He's in trouble. Tries to get away. Ryu not going to get baited on this one. He's already backed away. And Zion Spartan gets out with little to no life.
It seems like ROCCAT don't really care what happens in the top lane. Like, yeah, you can be a couple, levels behind some farm, but you saw in that bottom gank just how deadly the Gangplank ultimate with the Pantheon combo was.
Quick double assist, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got 2 assists for that, actually. All I saw was this 2 giant green circles appear on them, and I saw dead bodies everywhere.
If only Harder Goal was still in the game, he could start playing the famous bank plank.
Yes.
For assist and just get that GP10 taken.
We'll see which way he's going. It looks like it's going to be Trinity Force first for him. Crit Blank is also a scary, scary thing. We'll see.
Frozen Mallet might something that he...
doesn't run out of page
Iceborne
anymore.
Gauntlet is something he might go for.
Yeah.
Well, as it stands, this bottom lane has been fairly active between the two, and Woolite obviously getting those kills has put him in the advantage in CS, because obviously Double F was dead for a while. Though Jankos, red buff now picked up, hasn't got his ultimate available. Let's see if he can make another run through. He's got flash back, and Thinkard, he gets spotted by the pink ward, and Jankos is nearby. Oh, he's going to get seen. Oh, it's just timed out. Just about to time out. Thinkard, though, he fancies this one. Red buff on him. Oh, bounces and slides out.
Yeah, one of the problems if they get into these skirmishes in the bot lane, they always have to be mindful of that Gangplank ultimate. And not only does it do kind of a decent amount of damage, but it also slows you too.
Yeah.
So it makes it really hard to
It's
escape.
a good slow as well. It's not even a
consistent.
Yeah, it's a big old area. If you've not got flash available, you're going to generally get stuck in it. Ryu, though, this could be trouble for Ryu. If Link can land this one, he's fairly blind, as is Ryu. Come around, oh, Pinkwood right on top of him. And he's immediately going aggressive. Link in there, in comes Jankos. And Link just going to get the heck out of dodge.
They know they have the vision advantage, and then they just overplay their hand, but there's no way CLG can call that bluff realistically, because if they feed LeBlanc a kill there, they're going to fall so far behind. And I just wanted to touch on something they did earlier on bot lane. Before going to Dragon, they made sure the wave pushed into the tower so it would bounce back. They don't want ever give CLG a scenario where Doublelift and Aframu can freeze under tower and stay out of range for Pantheon, out of range for that Gangplank ulti. They want them to come into the lane and then surprise them by just gap closing or having the GP ulti on top of them.
Yo, both the ultimates are up now. Not really any gank opportunities. All the lanes are really pressured in outside that Jax, so I don't really think he's going to be able to use anything with this.
Ooh, is Jankos going to jump down? Is he just simply getting some vision? He's around the back of them, trying to see if that blue's there. It's not. Seeker won't find that one. Let's see if he decides to pounce, or whether he actually sets a trap. I'm interested to see actually how it would go between Jarvan and Pantheon at level 7. There's the Gangplank ultimate we talked about, but Zion Spartan is going to tank through. Thinkard caught out. That's going to be a clean pickup. Ryu gets that one. Can they counter, though? There's Ace in the hole on ROCCAT. He does jump away, just pounces away from this one. Teleport coming down as well. We do see Zion Spartan coming around the side. This is currently a 1-0 for ROCCAT, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to escape with this one without any deaths. That's a good Aqua Prison. It forces Zion Spartan to flash. Quickly gets caught out. Link comes in. They're going to lock up Walleye, but they're going to try and turn it around. Great Monsoon forces Walleye in trouble. He can't escape, and he will go down. Zion gets himself a 3rd kill of the game.
Good reaction by ROCCAT, though. They know they can't gank any lanes because they're all under pressure, so they just translate that pressure into deep ward, deep vision, and they go for a pick for somebody like Thinkard, who tries to defend his teammates from a possible dive, and he just walks into his death. But good follow-up from CLG. They collapse immediately, and they trade 1 for 1, I think.
Whoa! ROCCAT, Ryu going straight in there. Oh, the Ignite's got him. Boom, dead. Link, nicely played.
Nice skill trade. Actually, I really like the escape route that Jankos did. He knew that all the CC was out from the Lissandra, so he was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just like jump on out of here. I'll see you later.
Yep, good play. Good creative use of that ultimate there.
So, Triforce completed by Wallite now. That's going to cause problems for Doublelift while he's just sitting on this build. He hasn't quite got the item. I think Static Shiv is going for first, is that? No one else is going for first.
I think he's going for whatever he can afford, man. He's in the struggle.
He's on the welfare build there.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Oh, Aframu's so close. He's actually, Doublelift going to get delayed with the Aqua Prison. That will hold him not for too long, though, but it may be enough that Wallite can just bounce this wave into the tower. You can see he's immediately cutting it off and pushing it. It may just be enough to slow him down.
There is a build that goes BF Shiv or Pickaxe Shiv, but I don't think it's too good on Caitlyn, especially not if you're laning against a Triforce carry that just has such a big spike. So Doublelift does pick up the BF sword here, and he wants to wait with fighting until he gets his Infinity Edge.
Yeah, Zion Spartan will take the first tower of the game down. And actually, Zion at 3-0 is going to be a problem. Triforce looks like will be the first item. Thinkard waiting off the side. Jankos is nearby as well, so he's actually reading this one well, but he's going to get spotted out by the ward, so they know. And that will stop them going for the gank. Ryu in this mid lane, he's starting to be aggressive, but Link's dealing with him well so far.
Yeah, but he's pushed in all the time. If you look back at last game, Ryu was always the first man on the job when it came to roaming. He was always there first. Yeah, Link is dealing with him. He goes 1 for 1, but Ryu, he makes the moves.
Wow, there we go. That's the punishment. The wave comes through. Wallite finishes him. Doesn't even get a chance to jump. Jankos will get himself a little lane tag sticking down Aframu, and the tower will drop as well. And ROCCAT, they can keep pushing this bottom lane.
And they're going to end up trading turrets here, but... Oh, okay, actually, they're going to get another turret, ROCCAT is. So they're just going to keep pushing bottom. They know nobody's down there. And CLG, I wonder how they're going to react to this. Are they going to keep pushing forward and try to take the turret? Or they're never going to get to that bot turret in time. This just looks like they're getting out-rotated and out-pressured.
It feels like a mental war game as well, you know. Picking 2 globals to pick on that AD carry that you just shut down last game as well, you know. It's so annoying for a bot lane to play the lane like that, you know. You're going even, you're winning trades, you're like, okay, one more trade, and then we can get him, then we can all in. And then suddenly, GPLT comes, Pantheon drops down, and you look at the other side of the map, you're like, guys, where's the pressure, you know? Like, can you get something? Like, we're dying in here.
Ooh. Zion Spartan just found out he's actually not invulnerable. He took a good half his hit points off. Jankos coming to cause problems on this blue buff. And Ryu again having another look. Can he smite this one? This is absolutely needs to be Link's, but instead it's going to go to Jankos.
So
and that's the blue buff stolen.
Ryu. He's doing so well. He's moving up constantly, just a little nudge, dashes in there into
Dragon
a
as well.
and jumps out. Yeah, ROCCAT's timing is immaculate so far.
Well, Ryu's going in, going aggressive on towards Thinker. Doesn't manage to land the least, but he's just causing so many problems. Every time someone tries to flank around, Ryu's in their face, and they're probably just, maybe even said to him in this game, just do what you want.
Yeah, and if they finally group up for the LeBlanc, then ROCCAT's like, all right, let's start rotating, boys.
Yeah, they're just going to split it out. I mean, you saw the Gangplank. He saw that the Jax rotated down, and he's like, okay, well, like, you're not in the lane. You can't crap on me anymore, so I'm just going to go pick up this farm and try to take the turret.
Ooh, almost found him. Didn't quite get on towards him. Aframu will find himself a pink ward, and looks like they may just be able to sneak in onto the tower. I think Woolite and Vander may get there just about in time, but there's the mid turret going down. Ryu gets himself that one. That's the second of the game for ROCCAT. So both mid turrets down, and the top and bottom traded evenly between the two teams. Let's see how they move. It's 1,000 gold advantage for ROCCAT. Not such a big lead, and you can still see both teams have got big advantages. The fact that Zion's getting fed for CLG is a big boost, but you can also see ROCCAT starting to pull together well as a team again.
Well, one thing I want to point out, I mean, Zion may have pulled slightly ahead in the CS lead, and he does have 3 kills, but you got to remember that Gangplank's Parley actually gives him bonus gold. He's actually came up with about 250 gold in it, which is almost a kill's worth of gold, and he has all the turrets down for his team. He helped him get those turrets with his ultimate, which also gave him assists, so in the end, he's not really that far behind.
Yeah, the worst part for CLG is they're running a 4-1 comp, right? Jax splits up on the side, but the beauty of the countering Gangplank is that it basically makes that other fight not a 4v4, but a 4 against 4.5 almost. And if Gangplank doesn't crumble under the pressure of Jax, then the other side of the map from ROCCAT will win that fight.
Well,
so
maybe
CLG
cut out of position. They're going to use the oranges. Is it going to be enough to help him get away? I don't think so. Pops the ultimate down, flashes through. Good howling gale from Aframu will slow him down, and Overpower will go down to Link.
Yeah, it's actually really smart.
Yeah, Gangplank can actually W out of the Lissandra ult, so that's really nice, but luckily for Lissandra, she has a lot more CC behind that. So.
Same time, they put Jax down bottom to deal with Corki, but they're fighting on top.
Oh, Aqua Prison catches 2 of them. Is it enough? No, it isn't, because Jankos now goes down. Link catches on towards Vander. Vander tries to keep him away from this one. Woolite doesn't want to battle with Zion Spartan. He's got the Triforce complete. Flashes on the counter-strike. He can take this tower damage. He'll hit him and run.
This is so smart by CLG. We were talking about how the 4v4 became 4v against 4.5, but they do it right. They just collapse on the Gangplank with their team, and they let Zion Spartan deal with the Fed 80 carry. This is so smart.
TP coming around the side. Ryu's going to look on towards it. Overpower's going to flank around the side. Is it enough, though? This is risky play. He's going to come in and quickly gets exhausted. The rest of his team were not on the same page, and he has to back away. Link instead will get himself a second kill. Link taking low himself. The Ignite goes down. Don't quite think it's enough. Aframu will help out with the Monsoon, keep him alive. Ryu taking low. Zion Spartan comes back around and gets another kill. He's now on 5 for 0.
That had to be one of the funniest TP plays I've ever seen, because you're so used to like Malachi's coming in from the side, just like dubbing on your carry, or like a Rumble like dropping the ultimate, and you're like, oh my god, we're all dead, but the Gangplank's like,
just like, I'll shoot you once.
Oh, parlay and run.
He's like, hits you with the cap gun, and you're like, oh wait, that didn't do anything. And he just gets run over.
Yeah, 4 top for CLG, collapse on Gangplank, force Jax bottom, wins the 1v1, joins them again later, bait out the TP, really good back and forth turns. CLG outsmarted and outplayed ROCCAT here, and I'm really impressed to see that. It looked like they were lost for a while, but they just found the answer just in time, and now they're up. Yeah, solid 1.5k gold.
Well, yeah. They hit the perfect power spike as well, because the Infedge had been completed, the Triforce had been completed, so they were just set up perfectly for it. The fact that Zion Spartan, allowed himself to get pulled into a duel with a Jax at this point, probably didn't realize how actually fed Jax was at the time, and didn't realize how much he was going to get dumped on.
I mean, Jax is a champion that's not really played that often. Well, recently. I mean, he's been nerfed God knows how many times, so people just dropped him. He got a small buff on this patch, I think, to his ultimate.
Oh, don't do it, Jankos. They've got a pink ward down. They think they're clean. Good Aqua Prison catches 4 of them, actually. Wasn't expecting that. Quickly turned around with a wave. Can they counter this fight? I'm not sure they can. Counter-strike comes in. Link gets himself 1. Jankos taken down. He will get dropped as well. Woolite doing what he can. Zion Spartan will go down. That's the big raid boss taken out. And now the rest of CLG having to back away. Doublelift wasn't with the entire fight there. So ROCCAT luckily carried out on top. But he's still got the ace in the hole ready. Ryu's just around the side there. Gets enough damage on him. Will he get the burn? Ace in the hole blocked out by Woolite. but Aframu can clean up. He gets himself one. He's going to get flashed on. Woolite's going to get taken down. No, gets into the bushes just in time, and Doublelift can't get him down. Some sloppy fights here. It's a 3-for-2 to ROCCAT this time.
What a classic CLG play, you know. You make the move you make the brilliant move out of the game, and then you just camp a brush, get 4-man Aqua Prison into wave. You start fighting, you lose the fight, and something's wrong, you know, like, are we missing someone? Someone in not here? You see Doublelift crossing wolves, like, guys, I'm coming, boys. And yeah, it's just so sad to see that they keep making that mistake.
Well, there's actually a really big blunder from Link here. If you watch, he actually uses ultimate offensively rather than using it defensively. And I think if he lived for a little bit longer, this fight could have been a lot different.
Wow. Well, they stacked the Lissandra Jax, but they're just outnumbered. You know, the starter fight was good for them.
Yeah, just 4v5. I don't know. I think a lot of that boils down to Link just not ulting himself, though. He could have lived a little bit longer.
Did he?
Did he? No.
I'm pretty sure he did. It was Lissandra ulting himself into Jax, but then again,
no, he's dead.
Blind.
He's dead there.
Yeah, he's pretty dead.
he's definitely dead there. Big timer on him. But yeah, Ryu caught out. The net shot was so close to him. Woolite, well, he took one for the team, but Aframu, there it is, the Zephyr. The Zephyr finish. Always got to be happy as a support. Even a scumbag like you, got to get those stacks. Yeah.
But then he died. Not worth.
So, CLG have themselves the kill lead, the gold lead, and they have, of course, taken the towers down. It's 3-3. The top inner is down, and CLG are going back to that 4-1 split. And actually, I think Zion Spartan's going to go fairly unanswered. Overpower's down here, but I'm not sure. No, Zion doesn't fancy it. That's because there's a Ryu making his way down that actually would cause some problem. With the dragon up, though, that could well be the next objective.
But I actually went back and watched that. Link, he did ulti himself. I don't know.
Okay.
He was just
getting old saying I get
I got
now and I'll get blind
stigmas in my eyes or something, man. Cataracts, whatever they are. But yeah, this dragon's up. This is actually going to be one of the first dragons I think that CLG can actually fight for. They're actually in a decent position. The Jax is big enough. He has some tank items. He actually has a little bit of health, so he's ready to team fight. And I think
it could be a good fight for CLG here.
Yeah, if they get the right setup, this could be okay for them. But at the same time, if ROCCAT can pick somebody off and get a good initiate with the Pantheon, could be great for them too.
ROCCAT have got to be careful because by the time this fight finishes, if they don't come out on top and Zion Spartan's alive, he could take that top inhibitor turret because there's a big wave going to go in there. By the time this fight happens, that will be on the turret.
Yeah, good minion wave manipulation here by CLG. They definitely have the time on their hand now, and it's really good to play a comp like this with time on your hand.
Oh, they're trying to go for it. Instead, it will be to clear the pink ward. ROCCAT playing this one very cautiously. I think they're just going to try and steal, but it's been pulled out nicely. Ryu goes in there. Will he have enough to burst it down? Not even going to get close. The wave goes out. They shouldn't be going for this one. Zion Spartan just jumps in and obliterates them. No reason for ROCCAT to go in there, and they have been caught with their pants down.
Ryu hops back over the wall, and then basically the rest of ROCCAT face check that, and good positioning by Link there. He waited till they came close, ultied them, W'd them, and basically the CC chain coming out from CLG shows why their teamfight's actually pretty damn good.
Yeah, we always talk about how aggressive Woolite is. I don't think you want to have him being the one leading the charge in that situation. He just face first went into the Lissandra, and this is not the place you want to be.
Yeah, and he needs to use that blue trinket if he wants to do that.
Middle turret goes down. CLG pick themselves up another tower and gives them the lead. Zion Spartan's just going to go and take up all that lovely gold in the bottom lane, and they will continue to expand that gold lead. They've got themselves, whoa, Overpower flashing on Doublelift here. He will get the parlay down. Is he going to get chased on? Here we go. Everybody piling in. They really want to get Doublelift. And well, they made sure they made use of it, but Jax is going to TP in. That's going to be Zion Spartan. Can they 2v1 him? Yankos is going to have to run. He's going to get counter-striked in Sacrificial Lamb. Is it enough to counter them, though? Ryu comes back around the side. Can they burst down? They have to hit and run. Overpower's going to get the hell out of there. Vander will support him. Now can see Woolite in there. Link taken low. Has to ulti himself. He's going to get dropped, and this is a crazy fight back and forward. Overpower speeds himself up. He wants to catch on towards someone. Can he get the slow down? Ryu is going to come around the side, but look at that. They just jump on him, gank him down. ThinkOut will take the price. It's another kill for Woolite, another kill for Zion Spartan. Ryu comes around the side. He's really the only man able to stop Zion Spartan, but Zion Spartan has other ideas. Wasn't sure if he could go for the kill. Still risky play. Zion, he's become this just scary Mother Hubbard is about the only thing I could say that's legal on stream. 7-1-4, but ROCCAT, they are now on the turret. They have to back away.
Yes, one scary Mother Hubbard. Regardless of how that team fight turned out, I think it was actually a big mistake for him to TP in there, because when Jax has the TP pressure and he can split push with it, they don't have anybody who can 1v1 him. There's actually a really big wave bottom. If he caught that wave, he would have gotten a completed Randuin's or whatever Eddie wants to go for. and I don't think anybody could really take him at that point.
When your captain's about to die, you gotta go over.
Oh, that's true. Well, yeah, I saw Double pinging the farm as he res. He's like, oh, that's mine. I see it. It's
my
me.
farm. It's my
me.
farm.
Back off. But yeah, I mean, ROCCAT did a really good job of collapsing on that and just catching up. What?
They're so mobile. If you look at Rio, you know, he just constantly chases overpower. You can't even read. You know, every time you've played a situation, you've done it before, right? You know this guy is about to like ulti me, but when a Gangplank almost like straight up just ignores ignores everything and just watches straight at you, you have no idea what's going on.
Warmog's built by Jankos. Needs to try and do something to keep himself alive because, as we've seen, you know, everybody that goes in is getting pretty much one-popped.
You know, actually, I really hate the Warmog's rush. I think against their team comp, they have a lot of auto attackers with Jarvan, the Jax, and the Caitlyn. I think investing that money into a randoms would be a lot better. And being able to slow their attack speed, having the armor, and you get almost comparable health. I think because they nerfed it, it's like 800 health now.
Oh, Warlight. Oh, Ward goes down just in time to see him going dead. Now, Jankos, can he get away from this one? Flag and Drag's going to be back up in time. Jankos gets locked up, and he will go down as well. It's a clean pickup again, and CLG starting to really close out this game.
At what point does courage become stupidity in case of the Woolite? He's been face-checking so many brushes this game. It's getting a little dangerous for them.
Yeah, I think this is actually going to be Baron. If they can pull the Jax up here, it'll be a 5v3, and then Jax just does Baron so fast, it's ridiculous.
Well, he's going to get and join his team. But Greg, Gangplank Ultimate's going to delay them. Double lift is actually low enough that they have to second guess themselves here. Ryu would be able to pop him. And it does stop the Baron for now. Ryu tentatively footsteps in there. Will clear out. They luckily had got that scuttle crab after that last fight, which gave him the vision.
That's another situation where I think CLG should have just kept the Jax bottom. And if ROCCAT decided to contest the Baron at all with that few people, like only 3 people, then the Jax just take the bottom inhibitor for free. You have to use the fact that the Jax is... Nobody can take him right now, 1v1. He puts so much pressure on the map. And just stay in your lane and just let the team do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, I think that's a really good call there, saying, because they just need to start thinking one more step ahead. If their plan fails, they need a contingency plan, and Jax can always be that. Like, they're waiting, I guess, on his TP to come up, so they don't want to lose the Baron randomly if they get caught. But with Jax teleport on bottom, I don't see what ROCCAT is going to do here. Like, they're going to need to send 2 people there, LeBlanc and maybe Corki, and then pray that Pantheon can go for a steal on the Baron.
Ace in the hole onto Ryu. Zion Spartan still following. That's going to force him away from his blue. That's a cooldown he could have done with, since he's only got the Athenes completed with the death cap. So not the best cooldowns yet, and they're going to start his Baron off.
And that's actually one of the reasons why Janet Kate is really good against LeBlanc now that she's becoming popular again, is you basically just shield the Caitlyn, give her all the AD.
A quick Baron.
And then ultimate the LeBlanc, and she's just half health, and she can't come in the fight anymore.
Oh, Warlight again getting a little bit too close, but ROCCAT now facing up against the Baron team. Is this something they should be going for? Not really sure. Ryu took some damage. Double F goes for it and gets it. He gets straight on towards him. Jankos is going to get pinned off here. And CLG just cleaning up. And ROCCAT, they should be playing defensive, yet they still go aggressive.
Yeah, I don't think this Gangplank pick is working out quite as they planned. The Jax just got a little bit too big. It looked really great in the early game where they were just picking up all this assist and putting pressure on the bot turret.
I think it is all. I think he's left to gank, but they go
Warlight goes down. Easy pickup. Zion Spartan gets himself his 9th kill of the game. Overpower does use that ultimate to try and clear them. They're all so low, actually, but there's just nobody there to burst them down. Nobody there to pick up kills. And CLG, you're well aware of it. Overpower, can he even just get one parlay on? It's like, all I want is a crit, man. All I want is a crit. But instead, double lift. Ace in the hole. That's not going to be enough to take him down. But the inhibitor does go down. And CLG now very much in a commanding lead.
Yeah, I really want to give props to Tinker for that level 2 gank, you know. They gave Jax level 2, ganked him early, kept the Gangplank down, and you saw how devastating he was already while being behind. This could have been really ugly for CLG, but they made the right calls by sending Jax bottom once and collapsing on the 4 on top.
Overpower
really
teleported to the bottom wave minions, so Jankos can also jump in. I think he ultimate into... They really wanted to get that dragon. That's going to be the 3rd stack, but they're going to get caught coming out. Link goes in there. He's going to find one. Jankos is in dead trouble. They need to smite it out. They do get it, and now they need to run. Leave Jankos to die. Everybody else get the hell out of dodge.
Yeah, I think trading your life for the dragon at this point in the game, it actually is kind of worth it in a sense, but now they're just going to be able to push down bottom, and then the CFTP, yeah, Jax has TP, so they just send Jax top to catch that wave. You're going to be down a member for 25 seconds, and you're also down your main initiation tool, which is your Pantheon ultimate. So it's going to be really difficult for them to keep CLG away from this turret.
It's not like they can engage even with Pantheon. It looks so ugly to engage into Janna Jarvan, you know, with Soundwave, even if you drop down, they're just gonna go in, keep the front line busy, and finish off that Pantheon. He's not tanky enough to deal with that kind of damage.
Don't think they can defend this wave. They don't have Zion Spartan with them. They'll hold out for now. CLG going to keep on pushing while Zion Spartan is going to slowly but surely build up a gigantic wave along that top lane. Remember, the Baron buff will boost those minions as well, which is what's getting cleared out. But they're sticking around. They've not backed off yet. They're just waiting, biding their moment for Zion Spartan to just chunk his way through this whole minion wave and push in. Don't forget, while this is all happening, super minions are on the Nexus turret, so Jankos has to back off, and slowly everybody backs away from the inner turret.
Yeah, textbook play by CLG here. You know, they wait for the Jax to get the pressure. 3 people going top. Jax needs to survive now.
Yeah, they're actually going to try to collapse on the Jax, but he's pretty tanky. He has a Banshees on top of that, so he's going to be a pretty tough character to catch. And then in the meantime, while they're trying to collapse on the Jax, CLG is going to take their 4 and just take the turrets.
And this is where I really like the new Baron buff. You know, it makes everything go just that little bit quicker and a little bit more secure, and it actually prompts people to wait for the push instead of going for these random dives all the time.
Warlight really trying to go aggressive, getting a little few chunks on Think Card, but I don't think overpowering this top lane is having a fun time trying to stop Zion Spartan. He did get a chunk of his health down, but that was only down to the fact that the tower hit him rather than the mass damage that Overpower has with that Q.
They're lacking some region though. If ROCCAT can hold on just long enough, Overpower is clearing rather quickly with his shift there. If he crits the wave with the shift proc, it's almost gone instantly, and it looks like CLG is getting a little worried about their sustain.
Yeah, the instant ping. Warlight was actually coming to go aggressive. You can see Ryu is also trying to come around the side, but they wanted to collapse. They wanted to get on Zion Spartan, but why is he back away? And remember, Baron buff is only 3 minutes now, so he can't hold and siege for that long, and instead they've took the inner turret, and that's all they're going to get with the Baron.
Yeah, I think this is going to drag out to the next Baron for sure. They're not going to be able to get anything else. It's really tough to get multiple inhibitors now with the new Baron change, where it's only 3 minutes, I believe. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's 3 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes now.
Yeah, and that's they took a minute off of it before. You could just use the fast recall back with the Baron buff and then rotate out to the next turret. So just can't do that. It's like a much smaller timing window.
I mean, the game is on the timer though. I think CLG has like 1 dragon right now. Okay, so they're actually still very far off that 5th dragon, so they're fine with stalling, but it might take a pretty long time before they get there.
Yeah, even though with the stalling, I'm not sure about the scaling with ROCCAT's comp compared to CLG's. I would actually give it to CLG. Like, Jax is an amazing late game champion, and then the Janet K combo is just a real terror late game too.
Unless you get outplayed from LeBlanc, that's pretty much it.
I mean, the problem is exactly, that they've been trying to get picks and CLG not letting them because they're using as that 4-man unit. And actually, Zion, he's now got that Banshee's Veil complete. It's going to be very hard to pick him off as well. And now they actually just realized, let's just 5-man group it up. We have the advantage. Let's see if we can get double lift, of course, on a Caitlyn, using that range to get some hits in there. Ryu does get a combo down on him, though. He's got to be careful he doesn't keep sticking his nose out too far, but that's enough to chunk down the tower. Zion gets the damage down, the wave used, and that will be the inhib turret down. Can they get the kills? Gangplank Ultimate will go in the back, but does no damage. It's just simply trying to corral them into one close point. Is it enough? Warlight on towards double lift. Link quickly goes in, locks on towards him. Zhonya's gets countered straight away. Jankos doing little to no damage there. Warlight focused, gets himself 1 kill, but double lift gets himself 2. On towards Ryu. Ryu not going to get away. That's the triple. Comes around. Can he get the quadra? He will, and that's beautifully done by double lift. Vander, the only scumbag that doesn't allow him to have the penta. Will he do it? No. It's going to be the Nexus turrets for CLG. They will be taking game 2. And it is all square here in this best of 3. Who will make it through to the finals? Will it be CLG or ROCCAT? We'll have to find out. Next game's coming up.
Yeah, it actually looks like we have a series here, man. I thought this was gonna be like, oh, this is the potential CLG, like we always know, but looks like they're gonna come out.
Smart. But I really like what they did after him in the last fight. He exhausted LeBlanc while she was mid-air, just trying to dash around to get double lift, and that just gave enough power to clean her up, clean the next targets up, double lift, quadra kill. They got their mental back. It's no longer broken.
No longer broken.
Not convinced by the whole Gangplank thing. I mean, it's nice. It would have been beautiful if it worked, but 9-1-8 Zion Spartan, giving him basically his signature champion, I think it's safe to say, is a problem.
Yeah, I think they were going for style points with that one, and kind of bit him in the rear.
Yeah, a bit of a mistake. What a good game, though, honestly, overall. Nice to see CLG actually working fluidly, teamwork. You know, everything was actually kind of ticking nicely for them there.
Yeah, they got stuck in the early to mid game, but like I've been whining about this plane so much, but putting the Jax down bot and dragging him away, going on the Gangplank, who usually has to help his team. He's weak 1v1, he's weak in the fight, but if he can help his team across the map, he's so strong. CLG read that, they caught him, he was overconfident. He did not expect 4 members from CLG to be there, and that basically got them back into the game.
And we heard about, obviously, Deficio was saying about the Gangplank could 2v1 nicely. Should they have gone for that 2v1?
I don't know. I think our experts can tell us.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have some words from those experts alongside Shocks.
Thank you.